All right, hey everybody. I'm Steven with Rancho Family Medical Group, and we have two guests this time. We have Dr. Jamie Sotis at our Murrieta Hot Springs location and Dr. Kyle Vincent at our Red Hawk location. And we are back here in the beautiful sunshine, and we're gonna do one more recipe for you. We figured, guys hangout time, what's better than steaks? Well, we're gonna do it a little bit different with cauliflower steaks. That's maybe not as exciting.
Right on.
If you were hoping for a nice like porterhouse or something like that, but we're gonna switch it up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make that. Go ahead and stay tuned. We're excited to show you. All right, so what we're gonna get started is we got a couple components here. We've got the Tzatziki sauce, which I have to apologize to Dr. Sotis. He's Greek, and I talked to you like, what, 2 days ago?
I'm the only Greek person in the universe who doesn't like tzatziki sauce.
And I told him that I would come in with a different recipe, and as soon as his car pulled up, I realized I did not.
I
didn't do it.
That's okay.
But
I will try this one.
Okay, this is really good. This is our recipe. So we've got Greek yogurt. A lot of times tzatziki sauce will have, some put mayonnaise in it, but a lot of them are gonna be sour cream and Greek yogurt. You don't want that.
No mayonnaise. Yeah.
We are subbing the sour cream because Greek yogurt is just, it's healthier in general. It's got some better fats in there, so we have that. We've got cucumber, which Dr. Vincent's gonna dice here in just a moment. And then we've got some dill and some cilantro for on top and some lemon juice. So while he gets going on putting this sauce together, then we've got here, Dr. Sotis with the cauliflower. We remove the bottom piece so you just have the big heads of cauliflower. And for the steaks, he's just gonna do a nice like inch, nice inch long or inch thick piece.
Right on.
Just like that, that's perfect.
Right here.
Look at that. Okay, it broke apart a little bit, that's all right. Not a problem.
Not
the
a
other
problem.
pieces are good.
It'll stay together. Like I said, it'll stay together. It'll stay together.
Just like that.
Just like
Watch that stay together, perfect.
Look at that. Right? That one's staying together.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. Yeah, it'll come together. You get a little heat in that action.
There we go.
Yep. Those are beautiful.
That's a beautiful one.
That is a beautiful
now,
one.
I did see that it kind of warns you that you're only going to get a couple because they will break apart.
Yeah.
But those are great. So just like that, give me one more good slice from there.
Yeah. No, that one's still intact.
And so I will say one quick thing is that this is not all of a sudden ruined. You can really finish grating that up and make some really good cauliflower rice. I do that all the time in our house.
Yeah.
So there we go. So let me.
Or even a soup.
Cauliflower soup, is that, because your wife is a nutritionist.
She is, and she has some deceptively delicious, I would say recipes that we've put together over the years, When you're trying to get your 4-year-old to eat cauliflower soup or...
You gotta get creative.
Yeah, right? You wanna make homemade mac and cheese and, you wanna get some cauliflower in that sauce or something like that. You mix it up and, you can be deceptively delicious. And nutritious. So. We've worked that a time or two in our house.
I would imagine so. So we obviously, this is a vegetarian diet, which is really great. It would work with a lot of the main diets, but this specifically, we're going along with the DASH diet. Are you familiar with that? Kind of give me a little bit of rundown on that.
Yeah. I'm sure that if you asked Dr. Vincent, and any of our colleagues, like, what is one of the most significant conditions that you see coming into clinic, patients, adults? What is one of the most significant cardiovascular diseases that we see? And hypertension is definitely one of them. So when you look at, I think, some of the ways that we try to treat it, more than just throwing pills at people, more than just trying to, think about lowering blood pressure with a medicine, we try to talk about, I'd say lifestyle management, and nutrition is definitely one of those ways. So the DASH diet, for those of you who might not be familiar, it stands for Dietary Approaches to Stopping Hypertension.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So you talk about, a lot of the diets that people are probably more familiar with. You talk about Whole30, you talk about keto, you talk about ways, in general that people try to substitute, a lot of the high-fat foods that we consume, fatty foods that are, either deep fried or fast food, things like that.
Processed.
So, processed, exactly, right? So we try to substitute that with, fresh vegetables. And I think one of the things, like my wife, when she trains and teaches a lot of people, when you talk about the grocery store and you think about shopping the outer ring of the grocery store as opposed to all the processed food that's in the middle aisles, right?
Yeah.
So you talk about some of this fresh food, and so we talk about vegetables and trying to increase vegetables in your diet. And so you don't need to necessarily put a label on it to help our patients say, let's really try to ramp up and increase the amount of vegetables that we consume on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
Or looking at our plate, and saying, okay, what does that look like? How many vegetables do we have on that plate, right?
How colorful is it?
Yes, exactly, right?
Absolutely.
That's a big indicator. So, I'd say these are components when you're talking about vegetables being a healthy part of a diet. It's definitely part of that DASH diet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what we'll do right now is we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on this. But one thing to note, if you have a really good steak recipe or a marinade, you can marinate this just like you would. So if you have a certain seasoning or a certain type of, maybe it's like a teriyaki steak or a rub, you can do it the exact same way.
Right.
So what we're going to do, if you can hand me that olive oil real quick, because we're going to throw these on the grill, we're going to cover them with a little bit of olive oil and some salt and pepper just to keep it simple. However, this can go in the oven and bake it is a really great way to do it. And then we'll go here. Again, be gentle because they definitely will break apart on you. Dr. Sotis did a good job keeping them together for us.
Good knife. It's all about a good knife.
It is a good knife. We talked about that in an earlier segment.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all about a good knife.
Little bit of pepper on here. And so we're going to take this over to the grill right now, throw it on the high heat, turn it on high, really let the grill warm up if you're going to go that route. So we'll go ahead and throw that on there right now. Okay, so Dr. Sotis put the cauliflower on the grill. We're gonna do on high heat. We've got like 3 minutes aside.
Okay.
Give it a nice 45-degree angle to get the char marks.
Char marks.
Get those on there, and then we'll flip them.
There. Make it look like a legit steak. Right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
they're called steaks.
Imagine. Squint
Yeah.
closely. You can get the steak.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We'll see how we do.
Perfect. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna keep this moving along because some of us don't have hair, so I'm getting sunburned by the second.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over here. We've got the sauce. Take me through the sauce. What do you
So
got?
we have, you mentioned the Greek yogurt, but then we have dill, cucumber, and garlic clove that we're going to mix in, and then lemon juice as well. That's going to be all part of it here. So let me get my ingredients here.
Perfect. That all comes together. That's a pretty traditional sauce that you can put it on almost anything and it's going to be good. Unless maybe you're Dr. Sotis who's going to limit his intake.
This, my wife will be impressed. Yes, for
Okay,
sure.
well, you're going to be the
Yes.
first bite then.
Yeah.
So we got some good lemon juice. And then, do you have a spoon over there?
Yeah, I guess right here.
Perfect.
So
We'll give that a good mix. And that is a really delicious base that can go right on top of this.
It looks good.
It does look very, very good. We make this all the time at our house with just some grilled chicken right on the side or anything like that. It looks perfect.
It looks good with those diced cucumbers in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not minced,
Along with the minced
But there's minced
clove.
clover.
I know.
So I mean,
excellent.
Dropping inside jokes inside our video when they didn't know.
Yes.
We were talking about the difference between
So I
dicing
could
and mincing.
slice the cucumber, dip it in the sauce with the diced cucumber and the minced clove.
So Dr. Sotis,
All coming together.
Scale of 1 to
add and
10.
reinforce it.
We're going to ask you because I already asked him. Scale of 1 to 10, what is your cooking abilities?
If I'm honest, it's a 1.
It's a 1.
Maybe a 2, because
Okay.
I can grill up some mean stuff, right? But yeah, it's gonna be, if I'm gonna
pretty
be
low.
honest, and I have to answer to the master chef in our house.
Yeah, what would your wife say? Would she say you're a 1 or a 2?
She's a 10.
She's a 10.
Yeah.
Very smart. All right, let's take a look at that cauliflower and see how it looks.
She would say I was probably being, I was overstating myself if I said it was
That's
a
so
1.
funny. All right, let's see.
No, not at all.
Okay.
That is looking good.
All right, so the cauliflower's been on the grill for about 10 minutes total. You know, we just flipped it and it's just about ready to go. The tzatziki sauce is looking incredible, ready to go too. So Dr. Sotis, why don't you grab the plate and go grab our cauliflower?
Let's do this, huh? All right, let's see how we're doing. Look at that charbroil look there. You got some good looking steak. Look at that, excellent. One of them might have fallen apart, but that's okay, because we'll make it work. We'll take that little bit with us there. Drop this down. It's looking good, gentlemen, looking good.
That's incredible.
That
so
is.
One of the good things about this vegetable is because it's pretty dense, it does have, it has a meaty type flavor. Same thing with like portobello mushrooms. This would work really, really well with a grilled portobello mushroom. We made BLTs earlier, but we switched the bacon with mushrooms.
Yes.
And part of what we said is like, it's good, but it's not bacon. This is very good. It's not a filet mignon, but it is very, very good. It's way healthier.
Yeah.
So all you do is right here for the presentation is, I learned this from a chef at Eat Marketplace in Temecula. The chef there, Leah, does a bunch of cooking stuff with us. And she always does, this is going to be a disaster, but she goes here, and she does like a fancy little schmear.
Yeah.
That's the Eat Marketplace schmear.
The schmear.
But also, if I were at home, I would just like throw it on top.
Throw a little dollop.
Dollop on top. So there you go. Really good summer recipe for you guys to try with Dr. Sotis here. Dr. Vincent would love you guys to come. Make these at home. Come in. Let them know how it goes. Bring them a photo of how it turned out. But incredible. Thank you guys for both coming. And stole my high five. All right. We'll see you guys next time here at Choose Health. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.